Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to try to fell a tree using the 261C, which I was able to borrow again, so lucky me. And I'm going to be trying to cut down this tree right here, which is a balsam fir, and it's growing almost into our, this is a new forest road, and it's right on the edge of the road. So we're going to cut it down as a preventive maintenance. And this tree is it's a good one to start with for me with a saw that I haven't used very much and haven't used it all for tree felling yet. So it's growing pretty straight. The weight of it is more on the side that I want to fall it, so it's towards the road, so it's in a clear area where it won't get caught up on anything. So hopefully it'll go well, and then we'll be able to limit and bucket and get it corded. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my little MS261C and go and clear out all the branches and bushes that might trip me up to make sure that I have safe, solid footing before I start my cut. Alright, so I've got my 261 all set, and I've cleared out the base of the tree to make sure there's nothing that I can trip on, and I've also checked up the tree to make sure there's no branches that could fall on me, but I'm still going to be vigilant about that throughout the process. And I'm going to be felling the tree kind of into the road this way, which means that there shouldn't be anything for it to get stuck on, and I'll be able to limit and bucket in a nice clear area. So let's get to it. Before I start cutting, I line up the sights on the saw with the direction I want the tree to fall in. Next, I start my notch. I always start my notch with the bottom cut first. I find it much easier for me to control the depth and then the angle of my top cut. Once I've made my notch, I like to really get in there and make sure that both of my cuts align perfectly. This is to prevent a barber chair effect when the tree falls, and I know in this situation the risk of that is very low, but I think it's a good practice and a good habit to get into early on. Next I make my back cut, and I try to line it up with the bottom of my notch, and check the other side of the tree often to make sure that I'm leaving enough holding wood. There's a bit of a science when it comes to the back cut that I haven't quite mastered yet with regards to how much holding wood to leave for different situations and different trees, so I tend to err on the side of caution and usually leave a bit more holding wood than would be strictly necessary. Of course, that extra holding wood tends to make the tree a little bit more stubborn to fall over. It's okay though, pushing over trees is how I work on those lumberjack muscles we've talked about. so we got the tree on the ground. You can see the stump right back here. I gotta say, not my best tree felling ever. With the heavier and unfamiliar saw, I was a little bit concerned about going too far with my holding wood, so I was being a bit more conservative on that front and ended up leaving a bit too much on the far side where I have a little bit trouble seeing and keeping an eye on it. So it was a little bit harder to fell. Even with the wedge, I had to give it a shove to get it to go. But overall, it was pretty successful, and I'll have a lot more opportunity to practice as we have a lot more trees to fell this season. So hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care, guys.